It is a relationship formed over decades between the Easterseals Rehabilitation Center and Evansville Mayor Lloyd Winnecke. A bond so strong you might consider the two to be synonymous with one another. The beginning of this relationship begins before Winnecke's time as mayor, to a time when telling stories was his main focus.
I first became aware of Easterseals and its mission when I was the news director. And that's when the anchors would spend so much time doing either profiles of representatives or working on the telethon.
At that time, the telethon was more complicated than it is now because there was a national show, and we had to put it all together with the national show and make sure that it flowed well. Those telethon kickoffs that we used to do were just glorious. I mean, it was just such an opportunity to be able to show people what we do. Don Mattingly was a New York Yankee then, and he would come in and help us kick off the telethon, and just wonderful, wonderful memories. And Lloyd was at all times a central part of that.
I had a big personal connection. I just really enjoyed what went on here, and I thought, I need to commit some of my time to this.
I remember Lloyd once saying to me, "Ray, I really love to work with you guys because it's so easy to see where the money goes and how the money's spent."
The future mayor would later leave the news station and join Fifth Third Bank. During that time, he would also serve on the board of directors for Easterseals, taking the relationship a step further and giving Lloyd more opportunity to be a part of the Rehabilitation Center, allowing the bond to grow even stronger.
Well, Lloyd has always been very passionate about his association with Easterseals, whether it has been serving on the board of directors, which I know he really enjoyed doing, or doing the tributes throughout the years. And as anyone that's associated with Easterseals knows, he's very serious about this stuff.
I actually got my best perspective of the Rehabilitation Center by coming on a tour as a board member. If you spend 5 minutes in here, you see the love, you see the empathy, you see the compassion that happens each and every day.
Eventually, Lloyd Winnecke would become so involved with the mission of Easterseals, he would take the message of inclusion out into the community, becoming an advocate for people of all abilities, making sure that everyone feels welcome. After becoming the mayor of Evansville, Lloyd Winnecke would become an even louder voice for representing everyone.
Easterseals has a really strong relationship with the mayor. He's been involved with us for decades. He's just such a great example of a community leader. He listens to people, he's accessible. We always can pick up the phone and call him and say, "Hey, I need your help." And whether he can help me or not, he's going to listen and he's going to try to connect me with somebody that can.
He was just the biggest champion, and I can tell you, having a mayor of the city show up to your events or answer your emails or phone calls when you need him to help reinforce the business case was a really incredible feeling, but it also showed just what kind of a caring person that Lloyd is, and how he's always doing what is right.
Lloyd Winnecke's support would continue to grow in abundance over the years, doing everything he could to continue to find different ways to help grow the Easterseals Rehabilitation Center, as well as keep inclusion a part of the foundation of his administration, attending every event or fundraiser for Easterseals he could, and eventually helping grow the institution's largest fundraising effort year after year.
One of the biggest fundraising events for Easterseals every year is the Ritzy's Fantasy of Lights, and that event happens at Garvin Park. So we are dependent upon the city and the mayor's office and the mayor to make sure that that all flows in a way that doesn't mess it up. There are thousands of people that go through that event every year. Lloyd and his office have been instrumental in helping us work through whatever problems we may have had throughout the years. They've helped us figure out how to grow that event so that we can add more displays and make it even more beautiful for people. It's really become a community staple. And he sees that, his office sees that, they know how important it is, and they really help us work through any issues that we have to keep that event running as smoothly as possible to help with our mission and for the community.
As mayor, Lloyd Winnecke would continue to champion for inclusion and recognition for those with disabilities. As time would have it, there was another area of focus the mayor would be presented with: a call to help those struggling with their mental health.
The biggest thing he's done for us is to really help us advance in our expansion of mental health services.
As he understands that there probably isn't anyone that's a citizen of our community that is not touched somehow by a mental health issue.
Mental health, when you say those words, it's almost like, how do we solve world hunger? But he did not ignore the issue, and he could have said, let's wait until later. But he hit it head on because he wanted to be part of the solution.
So many people are affected by mental health. To have a mental health issue is not any different than having cancer. We don't think anything about someone going to an oncologist. We need to think the same way about someone seeking mental health care.
This is probably a 20 to 25 year journey. That seems like forever, but we had to lay the foundation, and it was Mayor Winnecke who laid that foundation.
And he has done a great job of bringing different groups together so that we can ensure that we're not overlapping in services.
He is stepping up to the plate, has stepped up to the plate, and said, let us conquer this.
Over the decades, Mayor Winnecke's support and friendship to Easterseals is second to none. Tonight, Easterseals recognizes and pays tribute to Mayor Lloyd Winnecke after all he has done to be an advocate for the work they are trying to do.
Lloyd, thank you for all that you've done for Easterseals, for all that you've done to help me personally. I consider you a friend and a mentor. I don't know what your next adventures are going to be, but I'm excited for you, and I know that you're going to continue to support Easterseals because I know you believe in our mission. But I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate everything you do for us.
Mayor Lloyd Winnecke, an Evansville legend, and he's worn many, many hats during his tenure here as the mayor of our beautiful city, Evansville. Mayor Winnecke, tonight is your night. Every night is your night, because you have now graduated at the top of the class, and you are leaving a legend for all of us. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Mayor Winnecke, I appreciate so much all that you've done for me and for the Easterseals Rehabilitation Center. So take some time off. I know you'll stay busy, and I wish you nothing but the very best.
Lloyd, congratulations on this wonderful honor. You have been so dedicated to Easterseals, and this is such an appropriate way to honor you for all those years of service. Not just on the board, but doing the tribute dinner, by our personal contributions to Easterseals, which we have been very happy to make. I am excited about the next 6 months, and I know that you are going to be able to accomplish much, much more for the city, even though all the things that you have already accomplished with the help of lots of others has been wonderful for the city. So look forward to January 2024 when we can embark on some new adventures and have maybe a little bit more time together.
Lloyd, your hair's gotten a little grayer since we first met, but who's talking? I've lost a little. You have been a phenomenal friend to myself and to Easterseals, and I know that will continue. You've been a phenomenal advocate and leader of this community, and we are forever grateful for your service, for your friendship, for your advocacy and for your passion. We are not the Evansville we are today without you. Love you, man.